there's a lot of people out there that are in a room full of people that feel invisible, but I don't think that they talk about it because they see it as a failure. They see it as that I'm not strong enough and I'm not the confident person that I perceive to be.
So instead of being poor mental health and feeling great, it is all of us have mental health. All of us. We're on this spectrum of a health journey, like we are with our body, right?
Yeah. Where was Invisalign when we were growing up?
Oh,
There was no Invisalign.
Don't even get me started.
You know?
It's not about big tobacco or
What
big
about-
pharma. It's big braces. That's
What
where
about-
I'm coming for you. I just can't. Hey everybody, welcome to the No Woo Woo Wellness Podcast, where it's all about wellness without that, crystal energy. Unless you really want it to be, that's fine. I'm Clarke.
I'm Sharon Templeton.
And yeah, we have got a lot to get through today because I'm going to call it, I've had the worst week on earth because we found out that all three of our children are going to need braces.
At the same time.
Pretty much, because I ignored the issues with the first one and I was a horrible mum and everything got busy, and so now she's going into braces. The other one, I'm waiting until at least he gets out of football season so I don't have to also get a new mouth guard. The youngest one, whose teeth I thought looked perfect, apparently has got the worst overbite in the world. So I will pretty much be working until 3042 to pay off for it all. Shit. And do you know what? I'm a bit cranky because when I went to school, I can't remember many kids having braces. I feel that we have got to a space where we are demanding the kids all look so beautiful that so many people are now being told that you need to have braces.
Well, have a look at Invisalign.
Mate, I'm saying, don't.
Like, where was Invisalign when we were growing up?
Oh,
There was no Invisalign.
Don't even get me started.
You know?
It's not about big tobacco or
What
big
about-
pharma. It's big braces. That's
What
where
about-
I'm coming for you. I just can't. I can't. And I'm looking at my kids going, can you eat? Yes. Can you smile? Yes. Can you talk?
Exactly.
Well, I like your teeth.
And what about character? Like, my teeth cross over, right?
Oh, I've got to just
But
cough
I'm
over
like,
here.
that's me.
Yeah.
That's my character. That's who I am. And then, like, no one wants perfection.
Well, that's what we're all told we're supposed to. And so anyway, I'm going to have 3 kids with beautiful teeth. We'll be living in a tent, but they're going to have great teeth. So there's that.
Well, you're a good mum. What else? What do you say? That you're a good mum. You're a good mum.
No, I'm not. I don't feel that I have the ability to say no to the orthodontist because I'm a bit scared of them. Because I don't understand what they're talking about. I just sit there and go, yeah, yep.
And I mean,
yep.
how do you challenge them when they're like,
They've like got a white coat on. You must know what you're doing.
Yeah.
I'm the wrong person to go to for advice.
Well,
that.
I know your kids are going to appreciate it and they're going to have great teeth.
Oh, you know what will happen? Exactly what happened to my uncle. So he just had his teeth in braces, and this is back in 1970s. So like we're talking full tin grins. He just had his
the neck
braces.
thing?
Yeah,
Did they have the neck thing when they had the
the whole bumper bug.
like
going on.
Nemo would tapping on the glass.
Yeah. And so had all of that, and then he just got it off, and they were out in the backyard, and my mum had a hockey stick and went whack and knocked his front teeth out. He then shot her in the knee with an air rifle, but that's another story. Gives you a bit of an idea of my upbringing.
I don't know how to top that. I actually don't know how to top that.
All right, we're going to talk a little bit, about a very meaty subject, and that is about mental health and mental wellness. So good that so many conversations are happening. So many great organisations exist because we know that there is a need to help people with poor mental health. I'm just not sure how we're going to help everyone. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because I feel like the more we talk about it, brilliant, the more we hear that people aren't going so well these days. You know?
I also think that there's an element that each and every one of us, if you're really honest with yourself, does have the feelings at times of feeling a bit flat, a bit down, a bit lonely. even the most confident people feel that way, and sometimes they're too proud to admit that they feel that way. If I have an off day, I look at that and I think I allow myself to do that. I think there's a lot of people out there that are hiding behind a smile. I think there's a lot of people out there that are in a room full of people that feel invisible, but I don't think that they talk about it because they see it as a failure. They see it as that I'm not strong enough and I'm not the confident person that I perceive to be. But I don't see it as a weakness. I see it as a strength. And I do agree with what you're saying, Ali. I think that there's a lot of times that there are a lot of people that are dealing with those things. And the more that we talk about it, it may make people more realise that,
of course,
that's okay not to be okay.
But I wonder if it's really important that these conversations actually talk about a bit of a paradigm shift. So instead of being poor mental health and feeling great, it is all of us have mental health. All of us. We're on this spectrum of a health journey, like we are with our body, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so some of us might be here for a day, some of us might be here for a day. And when we get to a consistently low health area, that's when you start talking about mental ill health.
Yes.
And I just feel like if we spoke about it, that everybody is on this paradigm and it just depends on where you are at certain times. And then if you need an intervention and that's where you are, that makes it more understandable to me anyway,
Yes.
or more, not palatable because it's all palatable, but it just shows that if you are having that day, you don't need to hide.
Yes.
You just go, yeah, man, I'm not going so well.
No.
I'm not going so well.
I'm going to feel it. I'm going to own it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to feel bad about it. I'm not going to feel ashamed about it. It doesn't mean I necessarily have a bad life and I need to make any major changes. I just need to understand that the way I'm feeling right now is normal. It's normal for everyone. You cannot be positive and upbeat and happy every single day. Me personally, I don't think that's achievable. I feel that sometimes you need to have the sad feelings to understand what it feels like to be happy.
Yeah.
And sometimes you need to have a really bad day to appreciate a really good day.
Yeah, and also...
And if you don't have those...
But that's social media, right?
That's
you have
right.
just hit the nail on the head.
That's right.
And that is where I think this new generation of people that are growing up on this, and I'm putting my hands up, man, there are times where I've been in a really, flat spot and I'll lie in bed and I'll stupidly, doom scroll. And then I'll go, oh, they're out doing this and they're out doing that. And even though in my head...
It's not healthy for you.
Yeah, of course it's not.
Yeah.
But even though I know in my head that's their best moments and they're not necessarily putting up, their worst, it's really hard to switch off.
Of course.
And I think, hand on heart, I went to my GP just recently because I knew that I was really struggling and there's a whole heap of reasons for it. But for me, for those that might be new to the podcast, that had breast cancer last year and had some surgery coming up, but it's more dealing with some drugs. And one of the best ways that I keep in a really good space with my mental health is through physical activity, and these drugs are giving me pain, so I haven't been able to do it. And I couldn't get out of bed and I was not being a good mum and I wasn't, good mum, that's really paternalistic. I wasn't being the mum that I want to be. It's probably a better way to put it. I was being a shit wife, I know that. But I finally bit the bullet and I went to my GP and I said, right, here's where it's at. And I've got a great relationship with my GP. I'm really fortunate. And so we did like the checklist. And I don't know if you've ever done one before, but you do a checklist and you talk about how you felt in the last week and you scale where you sit. And if you have, everything from feelings of self-harm, they ask you to scale to not feeling good enough, to feeling panicky, to all of these different things. And in that moment, she said, mate, you are off the charts in depression and anxiety. And even though I kind of knew that, and that was enough to get me to the doctor, to have a third person, like a third party say, yeah, we got you, we can see it, and now here's what we do about it, that was really, that actually gave me a great deal of comfort. And I know that a lot of people might see that as a weakness. We even spoke about medication, which, mate, before I was like, absolutely no way. No, if you're on meds and you're crazy, which is a ridiculous stereotype. But she said the following sentence, which was just mind-blowing to me. She said, I understand that you don't like taking medicines. You've never liked taking medicines. You've always found a way to work out of it. But at the moment, you're in a hole. And we need to give you something to help you get out of that hole so we can then get you even at a nice, even playing field so we can then put in all these steps that you previously used to feel good because right now you're actually not going so well. And that was the thing that made me go, okay, I'm going to sit back. Now, there'll be lots of people watching this that might go, medication, isn't it? You know, it's all about mindset and it's everything else. But for me, anyway, that was something that I wanted to explore and needed to explore.
I think good for you. I think, you know, it takes a lot to be able to go and, firstly, to go and, it's so many steps to even just to get there, to go and talk to someone about it because you often think to yourself, no, I'm just being silly. It's all in my head.
Yeah.
You know, I've got to get through this. I've just got to, carry on. And sometimes doesn't matter what you do. It just doesn't, it's just not enough, you know. And I think that's the thing that when I hear you talk, I agree with this so much because no mindset or anything that you can do is going to get you out of that. Sometimes you just need to go and say, hey, I need a bit of help.
Yeah.
I need to go and have a little bit of help. And, you know, sharing your story, I actually reached out to WellFem and spoke to them about pretty much the same sort of situation with going through hormones and going through menopause and going through, and it took a lot for me because, you know, I am that person that I'm very proud, as you know. I'm very proud in the way that I, see myself in the way that I dress. But some of these things I couldn't help either. And I think that it's really difficult to speak to someone and to let your guard down and say, hey, I've been feeling a certain way of like, you know, I've been feeling anxious, I've been feeling a bit flat and I don't understand why. And, so...
And I think if you are an independent personality, right? And I think a lot of women have been brought up to go, you got to be independent, you got to fight for yourself and you've got to earn your own money and you've got to right? And so we get on this and we've done all this all of our life and then you go... It's really hard for me not to go, well, I'll fix it myself. And I think that is something, if I could get any message out, it's understanding that, it's easy to say, you know, ring a Beyond Blue or, you know, whatever. But there are people there that are there to help.
Just
and
to
there
talk
is,
to even.
Mate,
Just to...
Well, I didn't even know that if you go into our Australian medical system, you can get X number of free psych, no cost. You get on a mental health plan and you get X number of free psych meetings and stuff so you can sit with a psychologist. Awesome.
Yeah.
World changing.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Even this WellFam, like I jumped on, did a Zoom with WellFam. They're based in Sydney. They are an amazing company that they focus on just menopause, perimenopausal and women's health. And all they do is that's all that they specialise in, and that I just have a chat to them and just say how I'm feeling because I'm not on HRT, can't take it. But, you know, even just chatting to them of just them little things and like you said, when I do feel those feelings, I don't go on social media because I know that that's not going to make me feel any better. Now, it's easy said than done, but anyway, we can talk about that for homework afterwards. But there are ways that you can reach out to people and talk to them, and there's nothing wrong with it. If anything, it shows you strength that you know yourself.
Yeah, damn straight.
It's about being self-aware and going, I know that right now I'm not feeling good. I need to do the work.
Yep.
I need to do the work and stop blaming my job, my partner, my kids, my financial situation, the things that I don't have. I need to take ownership and I need to do the work. That sounds easier said than done. But it's something that if you really want the change, it's something that you got to do.
And because let's face it, you break your leg, you go to get the medicine,
right.
You go to the doctor, you do the rehab, you do the work, you get your leg fixed. Your car isn't running well. You go to the expert, you get them to sort it out and everything else. So it is funny that we still can sometimes have that disconnect on working within ourselves. So anyway, all right, I bet you she's got some homework coming up. So we'll get to that in a moment.
Well.
All right. I think last episode I brought you chicken in this segment, and this is our well segment. The one thing that we have really found that makes our life, well, a little bit more well across the week. All right. So I feel like I have to lift from last week. What are you going with, Sharon?
I'm going with that in our state, it was that we had a show where it was called a candlelight theatre. So what they did...
I've seen these.
You have you?
Yeah, I've seen them advertised. They come up on my algorithm all the time.
Oh, well, I finally booked it. It was a
Did you go?
Fleetwood Mac tribute.
Oh.
Capri Theatre, which was in our state, in Adelaide. It was beautiful. I didn't know how I'd go. I rallied up 5 girlfriends, went out, had a couple of drinks before, sat down at the front, and they had all of these candles. I'm talking an array of candles. It was just beautiful.
What, like 20?
No,
50?
I'm talking hundreds.
Hundreds.
Right? And all I'm thinking in my mind prior is that, wow, how do they turn them on and off, and who placed them, and do they have underneath? No, anyway, got there and
Are you worried about the wax?
It was well, they're all electric.
Oh, those electric ones.
Yeah, they're all electric.
Brilliant.
So I don't know whether they just press a button or whether they have to tip them all upside down and turn them on and off. Anyway, that wasn't the reason why we went there, but you've actually got I think there was 4 at the front playing. There was one that was playing the bass, and then the other one was a violin, and they were playing these songs, a tribute of Fleetwood Mac, and they were so good. I was actually singing the words in my mind as they were going, and it was a couple of songs. It was I got pretty emotional. It was absolutely beautiful. So I'd highly recommend it. Whatever state you're in, it was a very beautiful show and something different than I would ever go for. But the
atmosphere, those that
stunning.
lighting must have added
Stunning.
so much to it. All right.
Really beautiful.
Oh, well, I'm thinking, right, I've got to go and do that.
So if you see it,
the only times I use candles is like for a birthday or if I need to have sex and I want to be a bit sexy.
I knew you were going to say that. A part of me was just waiting for you to say
I can't. There's no way I can have sex in the full light. Anyway, that's another thing. Right, my well. Are you ready for this? Or I just told you that I've had a bit of a rough week and everything else. You know what saved me? Anko Art Craft from Kmart. You are looking at the ultimate paint by numbers girl. Oh yeah, they sell them. Oh, they do paint by numbers. I've started macrame. Remember macrame when you used to make the pots at school?
Yes,
like
my mum used to have them hanging from the ceiling and like plait the... Yes.
They do these really, really cool little art sets. Go back to, where the lay-by counter is, and then you go in and it's got like all of the stuff where you can buy your diaries and things like that.
Oh, yeah, with the photos and everything in there.
They have all these really cool little art pieces. And if you're like me and you're good for one and then you drop it completely... They're excellent because they're just short, sharp, shiny, and it absolutely is something that I don't do. And you can do it while you're watching TV, or you can just do it, and really engross yourself in it. You can do as much or as little as you like.
Good for your mind too.
Yeah, super, super good. Like reconnecting both those hemispheres of the brain. And for me, who's not really a creative person, something like paint like numbers is quite good because it really appeals to I've got to stay in the lines and this is all great, but you still feel like you're actually creative.
And do you know they say studies, it's really therapeutic. Yeah. It's like when they were doing the colouring in books.
Colour for stress
the colouring in books and the pencils and things like that. I mean, who doesn't love colouring in?
Yeah, but anyway, go to Kmart because number one, they're cheap. So if you do want to hate it, it's fine. It's not going to ruin your bank.
Yeah.
And also... they're bringing back all the stuff that you were forced to do by Mrs. Bryce in your art class back in primary school. It's great. It's great. I'm still... Mate, I'm telling you. Didn't you do that in primary school? Why are you laughing? It's a thing.
Because you always get our producers and the team just cracking up laughing. And when they're laughing, it's really hard. But no, I love that. And I love Kmart.
I think
I'm a massive fan of Kmart. I go in there with a basket, and then next minute I'm like, I should have got a trolley.
Oh, mate, I go for one thing and come out like,
I know. I'm like, I like that cushion. Not that I need any more cushions, but I always find something that I like. I love it.
I just love that we've given you both ends of the artistic expression. Beautiful string music with candles or paint by numbers.
It's how we roll.
All right, you know it. All right, I mentioned Mrs. Bryce, my primary school teacher. Take yourself back to your meanest, nastiest high school teacher. You know, the one that you were really terrified about if you turned up and you hadn't done your homework? That's her. No, she's not. She's really nice, but she does always have homework.
Here it is. Here it is. I hope that Mrs. Bryce, aka Sharon Templeton, can give you some nice, heartfelt homework here. So we did talk about mental health and well-being, and my homework is to you is when you are feeling down and you are feeling sad and you're feeling a bit like I'm feeling lonely and I'm feeling a bit off, stay off social media. Speak to your real friends. Like, sitting on social media scrolling is detriment to you. Ring up and chat to your real friends, and they might be feeling the same way. And maybe, you know, with your girlfriends, you don't often speak and tell them the truth. They would, maybe some of the girlfriends, if you know, in 5-10 years, may not even know how you actually feel. But, you know, I'm sure that you have got a few, or even just one, that there's some safe space that you can talk to them. So that's your homework. I've only just started doing that, and some of my friends that, you know, I've had for 15, 17 years, I've shared some things with them and they didn't even know, and that kind of made me feel really nice because I felt that, you know, I could trust them, which was
But also I reckon
really
they'd
nice.
see it as a privilege that you
They
trusted
did.
them.
They did.
So
they did. So
it's a hell of a lot better than those friends that you have on your screen and socials.
And I didn't even need to say, don't say anything to such and such.
No.
They just said, do you know what? I actually feel the same way. And I was like, really? Do you? And so that was a bit of a lesson for me, knowing why didn't I do that 5-10 years ago? They were right there. Next thing, check out your resources. So like Ali and I had both said, I reached out to WellFem. It's an online resource that you can use for, hormones or just for women's health. And Ali reached out to your doctor, but you could also, reach out and just see what your resources are. But
Google is so good.
It really is
amazing, but you've got to get in, right? And we know how hard it is to do that. So, I was just fortunate that I had booked that like a month in advance. Just do that little bit of Googling and whatever else you need to find the people in your area.
And I am also, going to put this in that, as part of your homework, if you do feel like that, just know that it's normal, okay? It's normal to feel like that. It's normal to have a day like that. Feel it. Find something that gives you comfort, which isn't the social media. I'm repeating myself now, but, find something that makes you feel good. And it might just be to have some time by yourself, a nice shower, a nice bath. Find something that really fills your cup and is wholesome to you. Just try that, and let's talk about that, because this is a big sort of beefy subject for us that we'll be bringing up again.
Yeah, very much so. But of course, if you're feeling like that for more than 1, 2, 3 days, reach out to somebody. Lifeline's always there, and there's a heap of other places you can reach out to. All right, well, I guess normally I would always say enjoy your week, but you know what? Enjoy it, but also okay if you don't enjoy all of it. I reckon that's what we've taken from that.
Absolutely.
But we'll meet you back here very soon.
Yeah. See you.